Didn't want top 4 anyway. The champion. Next. I know, look, we gave it a fair whack, but it's hello Europa League.
Wearing a white chiffon scarf to help me spot her. So, oh, for fuck's sake.
David?
Huh? Yeah, hiya.
We couldn't have really done much more, you know, except maybe beat Villa at home. But yeah, it always just looked a little bit out of reach. The fact that Newcastle and United were stuttering.
Yeah, stuttering prick, yeah.
But today we're going to talk about we're going to talk a little bit about the Europa League. We're going to talk about the Fab Four who are leaving. We're going to talk about some of the bizarre behaviour of some of the former Man United players. And I'm not just having a go at United just because I'm pissed off that we didn't get Champions League. That'd be petulant. So it was a bit of a bad week. Well, actually, no. It wasn't a bad weekend. It was actually a great weekend because we had some wonderful scenes at Anfield. Bobby Firmino scored on his final game at Anfield. And the emotions, I'll get to it. So it could have been a lot sadder than it was, and it turned out to be quite a jubilant atmosphere, he said, from watching a stream on his phone. There was a nice celebration after the match, honouring the 4 players. So we're going to go through the 4 players. I'll rate their careers. Such an armchair expert. Me, someone who knows fuck all about football and can't play to save my life. But I'm going to give them the rating, and that is the real quiz.
And that's the real quiz. That was the real quiz.
Okay, so we'll start with James Milner. Millie. It'd be hard to find another alternative for best free transfer, certainly in Liverpool's history of all time. Man, what a machine he's been for us. There's nothing sweeter than the sight of 78 minutes on the clock. James Milner's coming on. Yes, James. Sure it up. But at the end of the day, he was one of our most senior squad members during one of our most successful spells ever. One of, I said. He'd play winger for you, he'd play centre mid, he'd play left back, right back, centre back, he'd stick him in goal. He wouldn't even complain. He'd be like, come on boys, as he's putting his gloves on. Let's go boys. Highlights that stand out in my mind would be one of the most satisfying goal line clearances I think I've ever seen in my life.
A big save. Well, fantastic from James Milner. Absolutely fantastic. Never gives it up.
Because he really fucking, gets under it. Cowboy celebration. and just the fact that he was, I would trust him ahead of Salah, to be honest, on penos. But just an absolute professional. Free transfer. Just gave us everything against Barca. Just gave us everything all the time. Was never really injured. Always available. But at the end of the day, he was one of our most senior squad members during one of our most successful spells ever. If I'm rating his time at Liverpool, I'd give him an 8 out of 10. Fucking Ox. My man. When I first seen that Liverpool are looking for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain for 40 million off Arsenal, I was like, what? Are you serious? 40 million as well. But you know what? This is the most trivial thing. This is what actually endeared him to me. Was he did a lot of LFC TV stuff. There was one sketch that they did when he just started. Everyone was just like, nah, he's shy. Or he didn't say shy, but it was kids. Like all the other players were getting praise, and everyone just, whenever they'd be asked about Ox, they'd be like,
Mane, Firmino, Coutinho. I didn't hear Oxlade-Chamberlain.
No, we still need to see you play.
Yeah, correct. So you can come with me to the manager as well. Okay?
Need to get in the first team more.
Yeah, I know. I used to do this with Arsenal. They used to love me.
Firmino
and Ox.
Yeah, not a problem. Not many do. It's fine.
I really like Ox now because he's dead nice.
he just took it all so like well and laughed and I was thinking, oh jeez, what a good sport. Like he's not maybe behind the scenes he was fuming. It's fucking shit. It's such a trivial thing, but after that I was like, I hope he does actually do well now. And man, there's a few players, I'm sure everyone has this, just certain players who may not be at the top, but like you just get a special little bit of joy when they score. And with Ox, I was always like, come on, Ox. You know, because I really wanted him to do well. He had such a great run of form. The highlights stand out for me are the City goals.
Raiding forward again ahead of him. Firmino, that was no foul. Here's Oxlade-Chamberlain. He can hit one! Oh, he can hit one! That is an absolute screamer from Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain.
He went through a real period, especially in that Champions League. He was in a great run of form, just so unlucky with injuries. That Roma injury was heartbreaking because he was in the form of his life there. I'd give him, if I'm giving him a rating, I would probably give his career, some nobody. I'd give him a 6 out of 10 probably. I think that's probably fair. Naby. The thing about Naby for me is that at times he was absolutely unplayable. In a good way. I think the frustration for me was that I think out of them all, Naby had probably the most potential to be like elite world class. I mean, the injuries were just fucking killed him. I'm looking here, 18 injuries. Came off a half-time against Norwich for kicking the ground. Fell on a pre-match walk. On a flight they were on, he had the AC directly on his neck, which gave him a stiff neck and couldn't play. That was the frustration, was that like he would just pop up with some new and exciting injury all the time. Like with Ox, you kind of knew what level he was at, but with Keita, it was you just knew he was capable of that because we've seen that. One of the most memorable Naby moment, that fucking shot in the Champions League final. What? I know. You know what really summed him up at his best? But it was like a real early goal. It was like Naby with a real high press, dispossessed the defender, and was with a 1-2, and he scored. I was thinking, this is what this guy can do. Ultimately, I'd probably give him a rating. Again, me, a nobody, would give him a rating of 5 out of 10. Is that fair? And Bobby. There's few Liverpool players that I feel like I've loved, and I mean loved, as much as Firmino. I just want him around. Is that possible? Can we just keep him around? I just want him in my life. But he was incredible. A member of one of our most lethal attacking trios that we've ever had. And yes, there's Barnes, Beardsley.
You stuttering prick, yeah.
And yeah, there's Barnes, Beardsley and Aldridge, but I didn't see them play. A little bit before my time. But this is the best attacking trio that I've seen play for Liverpool, certainly. A lovely line here from Pep Linders. Some players have the capacity to give joy to the people. Others have the capacity to give joy and trophies to the people. But only a few give joy, trophies and provide a team with its whole identity. There were some other false nines before who did it, but I feel privileged to be able to say that I was there when Bobby did it for one of the most iconic clubs in football. My man. My top 5 Firmino moments. Number 5, his first goal against Man City. That was the start. Number 4, sending Soldado for the Echo in the Europa League. See, good things can happen in the Europa League. Number 3, that Mo Salah assist. Number 2, the goal that made us champions of the world. Number 1, I would say the Arsenal hat-trick. The one where he sends 3 players on their arse. Oh, yes. And as a bonus, the I'm not too worried about these corners goal.
Another corner. Not too worried about these corners. I mean, it might come back to bite me here, but I think Tottenham have got the dominancy in the air there, you know, so Not sure anyone can get the head on the first ball for Liverpool, apart from that one.
Oh, Tim! It's Firmino in the 90th minute.
Wow, what a header.
But anyway, that's the Reds. That's the season. Hello, Europa League. You little prick. Anyway, let's move on to things I liked this week. Right, I'm not going to put a clock on. I'll tell you what I like. And how... Someone tell me... Can someone in the comments... Whether it's through illegal means or not. No, actually, nothing illegal. Can someone in the comments tell me... How do I get CBS... That's CBS Sports Goals Golazo show. That has Kate Abdo, Henri, Cara and Big Meeks. How do I get that? So funny. Thierry Henry is just so fucking funny. When Kate Abdo was saying, "Oh, we're here with Fox News."
Some other people who aren't so blessed to be here tonight. You have Fox Sports. We're on CBS. I apologise.
The way Henri just like puts the mic down and just walks.
I apologise.
But Patrice Evra was on there. And man, Evra is weird, isn't he?
Because we don't cuss on the show. Apologies, America.
Booing is not cursing.
You know, you'd have some weird ex-players, okay? So, fair enough, you've got Scholes, toe sucker. Look, the Scholes thing, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's weird. But Evra, right, I'm going to show you a clip now, and I apologise in advance. Because this is going to be one of the most disturbing things you'll see today. It was actually everyone's seen it. So I don't know why I'm breaking this like it's an exclusive. Patrice Evra is fucking weird. There was a clip that came out a few years ago of him and this raw, uncooked chicken where he's like... It's like he wants to fuck the chicken.
By me, I've been gone for a minute now. Young nigga back, better get your girlfriend away from me. Hey, to the motherfucking baby, to the block in the door. Bitch don't wanna break, nigga don't go. It's been on time, but it's one thing for sure. I'ma hit that ass in slow motion. Slow motion. I'ma hit it right in slow motion.
I love this game!
The fuck, right? I'm sorry if you haven't seen that before. What the fuck? Suddenly him just showing up to CBS's table and swearing and being a bit odd. It all seems to make sense now. Then you got Giggs. Oh man. I didn't want there to be any negative elements to this show. I was thinking before I started, I was like, no, I'm going to do this show a bit different and stay positive with the fucking detritus that's out there. Just, it's a very negative environment. And now I'm just as bad. But Giggsy. So first of all, right, he cheated on his missus with his brother's wife. Am I confusing that? Was that Terry? No, that was a teammate's. I mean, they're all as bad as each other, aren't they? I forgot all about this. Do you remember Giggs's poem that he wrote to his missus? Right. Buckle up if you haven't heard this. And imagine Ryan Giggs penning this. My darling Kate... I can't do the accent. I'm just going to do generic British accent, okay? Unequivocally, our love was fate. I fell in love with you at first sight. I remember because I was high as a kite. Those beautiful eyes make me shiver. I'm not going to lie, I think of you, I dream of you. All right, so he's decided not to rhyme Anton with shiver. He's like, my beautiful eyes made me shiver. I'm not going to lie, I think of you, I dream of you. It's like a football interview. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I can't help thinking pulling you was my greatest ever coup, spelled C-O-O. That stomach. That stomach. Those abs. Those pictures you send so I can keep tabs. You make me feel funny down there, especially when you're there and you look up and stare. I'm beginning to think you are always right. I'm going to end by saying you are my love, my friend, my soul. I feel bad now. And most of all, you believe in me, which makes me hard as a totem pole. I mean, look, it's nice. It's obviously meant to be a little jokey and all that. When I think of Ryan Giggs writing it, it just makes me laugh. The one thing that sticks out for me with Ryan Giggs is when he was caretaker manager and footage came out of like his last like team talk to the United team. I mean, when you talk about following someone into battle, it was, I don't know if he'd even planned it.
Subs, you might come on and win the game. So concentrate, watch the game. But it's the last game of the season. We want to end on a high. We want to give our fans something to shout about. Fucking City or Liverpool are going to win the league. Give our fans something to shout about. It's been a frustrating season, but it's a good game to play in and one that I'm looking forward to because of the exciting players that we've got on the pitch. Okay?
So, yeah, you know, give them something to shout about. Maybe. Play a bit of football. Don't use your hands, it's illegal. Yeah, just, you know, let's make them feel funny down there. But anyway, quick check to see if Jason Tindall's been at it again. Yep, cheers Jason. A quick one just on the title race, which is now over, of course. City won the league. A real riches to riches story. That's it for me this week. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done, and if you have done, thank you very much. And I'll be back next week for the last game of the season. Up to Thursday night, Reds.